Hello friends, let's solve this exponential. This is an interesting exponential equation. So what we have is root of x plus 9 equals x all over 3. So the first thing we do here is to remove this radical. And how do we do that? We're going to take the square of both sides. So this one squared, this one squared. Now this one will take away this one. So what we have left is x plus 9 equals x squared all over 9, because x raised to the power is x squared, and then 3 squared is equal to 9. Okay, now we have this. So the next thing we do now is to isolate 9, that is to cross multiply, so that we have a linear equation. So we have will be x plus 9 all multiplied by 9 is equal to x squared. Then we open up this bracket so that we have 9x plus 81. 9 times 9 will give you 81 is equals to x squared. Now we arrange this equation so that we have a quadratic equation. So we take all these ones to this side. So that we have x squared. When this 9 comes to this side, it becomes minus 9x. And when this 81 goes to the other side, it becomes minus 81 equals to 0. Now what we have now is a quadratic equation. If you look at this equation carefully, we might not be able to use any other method apart from using the quadratic formula. So quickly we apply it. Remember, the quadratic formula states that minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac all over 2a. So we are going to apply that using the formula. Remember that this will be our a. Let's say our a is equal to 1. That is the coefficient of x squared. Our b will be the coefficient of x, which is minus 9, and then our c is also minus 81. Now we will now put these coefficients into this formula and see how we can resolve this quadratic equation. So our b is this, and so this is our b minus 9. So we have minus into minus 9, then we have plus or minus, then we have square root, that is minus 9 all squared, then minus 4 into our a, which is 1, multiplied by our c, which is minus 81, then all this over 2 times 1. Okay, so we try to solve. So this multiplied by this will give us 9. So write our 9, then we have our plus or minus, then draw a square root. Now 9 square will give us minus 9 square will give us minus 9 times minus 9 will give us positive 81. Then look at this negative sign here. Everything is multiplying itself here. So this negative sign, we change this one to plus. So we have plus here. Now 4 times 1 is 4. And then 4 times 81. When we multiply our 4 by 81, it will give us 324. So this is 324 all over 2. 2 times 1 is 2. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to add this together. So we have 9 plus or minus square root of 81 plus 324 will give us 405. It will give us 405. This is all over 2. Okay, we'll continue, and then now we know that this 405 is not a perfect square. So in order to reduce it, we are going to look for 2 factors so that at least one of them will be a perfect square. And I think those 2 factors will be 81 and 5, because 81 times 5 will give us 405. So we can now write this as 9 plus or minus square root of 81 multiplied by 5 all divided by 2. And so this one will now have us as 9 plus or minus. Now square root of 81 is 9, and then we have root 5 all over 2. So what we have is that when we now have x should now be equal to 9 plus 9 root 5 and all over 2, or x is equals to 9 minus 9 root 5 all over 2. Now this, if we solve this one now, this one will give us, it will end up giving us, let's say, 14.56 approximately, while this one will give us minus 11.125. You press your calculator and do all this one, this will give you 1. But since this one is giving us a negative value, we will not use this one. Our x will now be equals to 14.56 approximately. Thank you very much for watching this video. God bless you.